It's hard to imagine a more perfect game when it comes to storytelling and atmosphere than The Last of Us. That haunting soundtrack, the world in ruins, and the growing bond between Joel and Ellie. But what if I told you there exists a version of the game, a lost episode, as some insiders call it, that was mysteriously scrubbed from existence? Almost no one has seen it, and those who have may not be around to tell the full story. This rumor started around the time the remaster for The Last of Us launched. A strange file appeared in the root directories of early reviewers' copies. It wasn't in the final retail version, but some who dove into the code found a peculiar file titled loop214.np. At first, it was dismissed as placeholder content, until one curious reviewer decided to manually force the game to open it. Immediately, strange things began to happen. The loading screen became corrupted. The familiar tone of Joel's voice was replaced by a distorted, almost inhuman growl. The opening cutscene didn't show the game's iconic characters, but rather a desolate city, eerily silent except for the faint sound of crying. But it wasn't until they began playing that things took a turn for the truly horrifying. Unlike the vibrant dynamic of Joel and Ellie, this so-called loop episode featured only Joel, no Ellie in sight. Players reportedly wandered through a forest where time seemed frozen, branches swayed in non-existent wind, and uneaten meal still steamed on a campfire. Every time Joel tried to leave the forest, he'd find himself back where he started, until new clues started appearing. Scraps of Ellie's belongings, bloodstains, a child's shoe nailed to a tree. Then came the shadows, human-like figures standing quietly in the distance, positioned unnaturally, twitching with overtly animated movements. From murmurings across the early gaming forums, reviewers began sharing strange encounters connected not to the game but to their real lives. One developer, who allegedly assisted in bug-checking this episode, disappeared under bizarre circumstances. His last recorded message to colleagues said, "It's not a glitch, she's still here." When questioned, Naughty Dog denied the existence of Loop 214. They called it a hoax. However, after digging, suspicious incidents related to the studio came to light. One QA tester reportedly resigned after experiencing vivid nightmares involving Ellie calling out for help in unusual and increasingly gruesome ways. Industry whispers hinted at a developer slipping an accursed file into the game's testing environment after being fired, leading to multiple corrupted builds during development. There's one final, chilling piece to this puzzle. A user on a now-deleted forum claimed to have accessed the file through torrent-to-debug versions of The Last of Us. He stated that once Joel finally escaped the loop forest, Ellie reappeared, but she looked wrong. Eyes sunken, staring directly at the screen, speaking cryptic phrases about watching you play as the screen crackled violently. The user claimed his console shut off on its own, and when he restarted the game, the saved file had been erased. He logged the incident online and never posted again. To this day, Loop 214 remains an anomaly within the Last of Us lore. Some say it never existed, a digital ghost story born from gaming culture. But what if it did? And what if Naughty Dog erased it because they understood its consequences? Many still scour the internet and underground modding communities, hoping to unlock the forbidden lost episode. But here's some advice. If you find it, don't play it alone. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories that go beyond the surface of the games you love and aware the unexplored corners of your favorite worlds.